Well, if anybody knows me, they know I don't hold back on the bullshit. But I got a very sour taste in my mouth. I'm Michael Jones from Rayden Chronicles, by the way. This was gonna be a spit fest. This is gonna go deep. You guys are probably not gonna think the same of me after you hear me say some things about people. So here's my story. I had a subwoofer problem in this Tesla Model 3. It was going in and out like every 5 seconds, just like a timer. Couldn't figure it out. No big, huge deal. Made a service appointment at the Glenwood Center in Raleigh, which has always been great. Every time I go, they'd handle it. They keep communication with you. Everything's handled exactly like they say. If there is any change, they contact you. They make sure they keep in touch with you. Great. Have nothing but good things to say. I've heard some bad things about Glenwood Service Center, but all I've had is good experiences. So anyway, this new place over here on Sumner Blvd, I'm in the chat on the Tesla app. Don't really know, who I'm talking to. I don't know where they're located. And we make the appointment for March 10th at Glenwood. And then I said something about an earlier appointment, and the person on the other end said, we have one February 14th, which is Valentine's Day. So I checked my wife. We had a little plan. Cancels that. She took off work that morning. I took off work that day. We drove up here, up to Raleigh, which is an hour and 5 minutes away from my house, to bring my car and for her to drop me off. It's going to be ready that afternoon at 5 o'clock. So I ended up, we drove back that day. Nobody called. The car hadn't updated through the app the whole day. Like they never touched the car the entire day, never opened the door on it. It sat in the same parking spot the entire day, because you could see this on your app. And then we drive up here where Amber finds his phone number and gets in touch with him, which is really tough to get in touch with somebody. So she finds his phone number, calls the lady. We're like 5 minutes from Sumner Blvd, the new Tesla service center. And we call, and the lady says, oh yeah, I was gonna call you. And I'd already told her that morning, if anything happens, we gotta drive from an hour away, so make sure you tell me or hit me up or call me. Of course, you got all my information. Oh yeah. So I ended up, we got like 5 minutes from the place. Amber says, here, somebody on the phone. I talked to the person. They go, oh, your car's not going to be ready. We need some more time with it. But we can give you a rental car. So I'm thinking just in my head, like Glenwood, if they give you a loaner on the Tesla, they give you usually what you take, a Model 3. Or, I'm sure they can compromise. So, no. She tells me, go to Enterprise, go to rent you a car. So I'm like, okay. Actually, she said Hertz on the phone. So I'm thinking, well, Hertz, I know they used to have Teslas, so maybe I'm getting a Tesla from there. Well, I get there, guy laughs at Enterprise that I'm thinking that they even had EVs. So he puts me in this piece of Nissan Rogue, smelled like an ashtray. I'm riding around in that the whole weekend. I got jobs in Kinston, I got dental appointments in New Bern, back and forth. So this morning, I write them a long message in the app, and I tell them, hey, listen, I expect a call this morning or a message back. I feel I'm owed that. Make sure my car is ready today. I have to have my car at 5 o'clock today. I see that it goes into service. The door's open. It moves. I see that they're working on it. Whole day, it just stays in service. The progress line across the bottom's moved. So I go there, I look at it all the way up here, and I'm thinking like, it's still not closed out. They hadn't charged or anything like that. They'd sent me the new estimate and all that. So I get all the way up here, I walk in the door, I tell the lady I'm here, and she goes, oh, let me check on it. He may be done with it. So she comes back around the corner, and I can see her talking to the manager. She's dressed like Esmeralda. And she's got like the gray streak in her hair. Or whoever that lady is from the 101 Dalmatians. She's like, well, Mr. Jones, is it? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, so your car, and I'm like, God, I gotta take a break. I feel my heart swelling in my chest. And I can feel my skin starting to like break. And she says, So he feels confident he can have it ready by tomorrow, and you can get your car today if you need it. And I'm like, oh yeah, I need it. I'm like, I just drove 2 hours away, put a client on hold that I had to have a deadline with that I have to work with, put a client on hold, drove 2 hours away from New Bern because I had to go to a dentist appointment today. 2 hours away from New Bern, all the way back here to Raleigh. And I didn't get one message on the app or phone call saying, hey, Mr. Jones, it's going to take till tomorrow. Which, you know what? I'd have hated to have to drive that piece of shit road around for another day. But I would have if they'd have said, So then she says, there's a lot of aftermarket wiring in it. So he has to be sure he's going to consult with some other techs. I put the aftermarket stuff in it. I've already troubleshot that. I'm an IT technician. I've already checked. I've already taken those things I put in out the equation. It's not that. I've done that before I even thought about bringing it up here, making a service call. So I'm like, look, please give me my car before y'all have to call the cops on me. I need my car. So she sees how mad I am, so she's like, not so many words, but in so many words, like, you probably need to go sit in the weight room and not be around us because I'm afraid something bad's gonna happen. So I walked in the weight room and I've sat in there like 30 minutes, and I'm like, just tell them to put my car back together, which they didn't. I look on the dash, there's damn pins laying around, push pins they've left out of the door seal. So I'm gonna have to check the whole car when I get home to see if they can put the damn thing back together right. So, my warning to people who have Teslas in North Carolina: drive into a bridge embankment before you take your car to the Sumner Tesla Center, or the Tesla Center Service Center on Sumner Boulevard in Raleigh. And you know what? I don't even care. Like, none of that is the tech's fault. None of the techs back there working on my car. I don't care if it was the dumbest, stupidest tech working back there, if he's had a year in training, or if he's a master technician and my car was super complicated. That right there was the manager's fault, because that right there should have been caught. I should have been called, and I should have been notified way earlier in the day. They knew I had to drive an hour, so they should have called me before that to tell me, listen, your car is not ready and don't drive an hour. But no, I drove 2 today. I drove 2 hours today to come back. So now I've canceled my service center call at Glenwood to get this appointment with these bunch of orangutan idiots here. We got this appointment. Nothing's happened. All they did was take apart my car, didn't put the damn thing back together, didn't diagnose anything, didn't even get as far as I got diagnosing it. And then just gave me some bullshit, and then disrespected me and didn't pay me any mind at all, as far as like, them calling a courtesy call and say, hey, Mr. Jones, before you drive an hour, we thought we'd tell you your car's not gonna be ready when you get here. But no, they just said like, no, it's cool if you drive an hour, man, we don't care. So yeah, you Tesla Service Center on Sumner Road, and that Esmeralda 101 Dalmatians looking bitch if I ain't got her name right. That's some bullshit. That right there is why the world is like the are, because of people like you. If you're the manager at that service center, that's your fault. Absolutely your fault. I should have been called. So, Mark 1 on Tesla for me, and Elon Musk for that too. You should have get your out of President Trump ass and get down here and get your car shit back together, or hire somebody who can run it. That's ridiculous. I spent 5 days of my life, a whole weekend, in a damn Nissan Rogue that smelled like a poker game, riding around, and then didn't even get caught, and drove all the way back up here to get my Tesla. So Mark 1, that's some bullshit, Tesla. I would definitely suggest heavily, if you were thinking about getting a Tesla of any kind, to consider that customer service and what you got to do, because they ain't just take it to a garage and you talk to a lady up front, you drop your car off, you don't talk to anybody. Everything's done through the app, which when it works like it did at Glenwood Service Center, it's fine. It's wonderful. But hey, it doesn't work at the Glenwood Service Center, because these idiots here can't pick up the damn phone to call anybody. Or look, the bad thing is the people who have the Tesla and the Tesla app, and they know, they're probably laughing, right? Not laughing, but they're probably like, what call? You should have done it on the app. So people who don't have a Tesla, you have an app on your phone, So like, You do everything through your app. So if they need to send a message, you know, all they got to do is just go in the Tesla app. Into the Tesla app. That's right, into the Tesla app and just send a message. That's it. That's all they got to do. All they got to do. But did they do that? Nope. So another thing is, it's not good to leave your car unplugged. Well, my car is set up here because this Tesla service center don't have a damn plug. It doesn't have a charging station. Hold on. So my car had to sit up there all weekend in the cold, probably doing a little damage, you know, hopefully not much, but a little damage on the battery, because it sits in the parking lot unplugged, and it sat out in the weather, and they didn't bother calling. So now I'm in Nightdale, and I've had to stop at the Tesla charging place to charge the car enough to get home, because this service center up here doesn't have a charging thing for their electric car service center. What a bunch of morons. Oh, they got my seat all messed up. Everything's screwed up in it. Yeah, this is, dude, it's almost taking my damn, it's almost taking my joy for liking the car away. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna bullshit you. That's how I am, though. Like, that's how my mind works. Like, they've almost taken the joy out of this car. Like, I don't even like the damn car hardly anymore. I'm so pissed off at Tesla. Just that one woman up there, the manager at the service center. And if anybody watches this and they know who the manager of that service center is, her name may be Ricky. I know Ricky was the one I talked to the other day. So if Ricky is the name of that lady at the service center at Tesla on Sumner Boulevard, you need to fire her right away. She needs to be liberated from her job and put on other duties. That is some bull. So, yeah. If that's Ricky, then Ricky, she needs to be reassigned and put back on the street beat. She is definitely not to be managing anybody at all. Worst customer service experience I've ever had right there, I think, with Tesla. So, anyway, I'm going to shut up. I probably need to sit here and breathe for a minute. Yeah, I'm just going to breathe. I'm going to calm down, see if I can get my heart rate down. Sumner Boulevard, Tesla, Raleigh place, don't go there. Just drive into a bridge embankment before you take your car there. Stick with Glenwood Service Center. No matter how bad it's been there, stick with that. Don't go to the other place on Sumner Boulevard. All right, peace.